Narendra Modi has declared his candidature for 2024. He's declared there is no vacancy for the top job, even in the BJP, for 2024, apart from the opposition. Now, he says he isn't going anywhere and still has lots to achieve. The Prime Minister earlier was virtually addressing the Utkarsh Samaroh in Baruch in Gujarat. He says his dream is 100% saturation of his welfare schemes. That means targeting the poor, the underprivileged, majority voters of the country. Garibo ka Masiha. That is the kind of positioning, isn't it? Recalling an opposition leader's observation that becoming the Prime Minister twice was a big enough accomplishment, the Prime Minister says that he doesn't know that Modi is made of something else. Supreme confidence, isn't it? He also, in fact, goes on to say that he means that Modi, the son of Gujarat, the son of the soil, is not meant to rest. Again, an evocative arousal and an emotional pitch. Make absolutely no mistake, Modi has already hit the streets, campaigning for beyond 2024.
मुझे एक दिन एक बहुत बड़े नेता मिले थे, वरिष्ठ नेता हैं। वैसे हमारे लगातार विरोध भी करते हैं, राजनीतिक विरोध भी करते रहे, लेकिन मैं उनका आदर भी करता रहता हूं। तो कुछ बातों के कारण उनको थोड़ा सा राजी नाराजी थी, तो एक दिन मिलने आए तो कहा, मोदी जी ये क्या करना है? दो बार देश ने आपको प्रधानमंत्री बना दिया, अब क्या करना है? उनको लगता था कि 2 बार प्रधानमंत्री बन गया मतलब बहुत कुछ हो गया। उनको पता नहीं है मोदी किसी अलग मिट्टी का है, ये गुजरात की धरती ने उसको तैयार किया है। और इसलिए जो भी हो गया अच्छा हो गया, चलो अब आराम करो, नहीं, मेरा सपना है सैचुरेशन, 100% लक्ष्य को तरफ हम आगे बढ़े, सरकारी मशीनरी को आदत डालें।
And critics aside, no doubt, Modi today is the BJP and the party is all about Modi. But then, wonder why Modi needs to reassert that he isn't going anywhere. Could this be a direct message, say, for a section in the party who are debating whether Modi will continue to remain at the helm even after he turns 75 in 2025? Or a clear message, say, for the beleaguered opposition parties, that it's better they should give it up, challenging him, or maybe both. Confidence as well as hard positioning, firmly in the saddle. See, the BJP now has an unwritten rule of retiring politicians to ministerial and organizational positions once they touch 75. You remember what Amit Shah said once while he was in the Uttar Pradesh election tour, where he said that the victory for Yogi Adityanath is really important if you want to make Modi come back as the Prime Minister in 2024. What about the RSS then? RSS is going to be celebrating its centenary in 2025. They teach their young volunteers that the individual is dispensable, the organization is supreme. Could they already be grooming another leader or leaders for the top job? Maybe not for 2024, maybe for 2029. Now, in 2014, Narendra Modi needed the RSS to win the elections and become the Prime Minister. But is that something that holds true today? The BJP has lost a few allies. There is trouble brewing with some existing ones too. Nitish Kumar seems to be in a bargaining mood. And in case any of them have their own plans for 2024, you know what the Prime Minister is telling them? That I am in control. The timing of this assertion by the Prime Minister is also very, very important. Right when you have the Congress that is literally fighting for its survival. Right now, they are holding a Chintan Shivir in Udaipur, in Rajasthan. Who's going to be leading the Congress party in 2024? What's going to be that big idea to counter Modi? Will they fight solo or with allies? And if it's with allies, which allies and how exactly? The Congress right now has no answers. And before they could even sit down trying to find these answers, the Prime Minister, in his typical style, announces that he isn't going anywhere, making the Congress look and sound like a loser even before it enters the battlefield. And this is again a clear sign of Modi and his politics. You remember how Narendra Modi was in Gujarat campaigning just hours after the result for the 5 state assembly elections? The BJP won in 4 out of these 5 states, and Modi had his eyes firmly set on the next battle he needs to win. In complete contrast to the opposition right now, who still has no idea on their game plan for 2024. In fact, the biggest crisis in the opposition camp right now is how fragmented they are, trying to outdo each other, playing the game of one-upmanship all amongst themselves, speaking against each other, pointing fingers at each other, and they remain splintered. And Prime Minister Modi knows how to handle an opposition that still remains weak, splintered, leaderless, and bereft of a better agenda of development and governance. And that's why he is supremely confident. But nevertheless, taking the battle already in the opposition's camp before they even start regrouping for 2024. What could be worrying the Prime Minister are the many challenges that we are all facing. The Aam Aadmi today is reeling under steep inflation. Prices of essential commodities are continuously on the rise. The RBI has cautioned that the situation may only get worse. There is a serious shortage of jobs. Unemployment is at a record high. Many people have lost their jobs. The poor is getting poorer. About 80 crore people in the country today are dependent on the free ration scheme of the government. The opposition has on and off been raising these issues and trying to put the government on the back foot, but without making any mark, without having any effect on Narendra Modi and the BJP or on their electoral fortunes. The latest resounding win in 4 states, including Uttar Pradesh, is a case in point. But Modi knows the pitfalls of confidence, a lesson from Vajpayee's shock defeat in 2004. So for Modi, not to take any chance, be on the job already, to kill the opposition starting today, right here in 2022. Now see, the Lok Sabha elections are still about 2 years away. And 2 years is a really long time in politics. And Modi knows this very, very well. The opposition also alleges that the Prime Minister's personal popularity is sagging. And that is why they say that there is a stronger temptation to play the card of communal polarization and Hindutva nationalism more aggressively by the BJP. They also ask that why has the government failed to address the issues pertaining, say, to our economy, to jobs, to livelihood, and instead the focus is on bulldozers, the Gyanvapi issue, Taj Mahal, Hanuman Jayanti, Ram Navami, etc. An astute, a seasoned politician in power for over 20 years now, hardly speaks on the Hindutva agenda himself. But he very well knows that in times of prices spiraling, inflation worries, joblessness, the Hindutva polarization helps. It helps a lot. So why not to pitch himself already for 2024? It's the message for one and all. There may be contenders, issues, there may be challenges, but he is there and he is not going anywhere. What do you think about the entire issue? I would love to hear from you in the comment section below. In case you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel yet, it's a reminder, please go ahead and subscribe to the news that you don't get. For the moment, thank you.